Now then, Marley, we're out and about early today, son, because we've just been to the airport and dropped a young man off. He's gone to the United States where he works. He's been home for a couple of weeks and now he's gone back there till end of January, beginning of February. He does that because he's, I suppose, a striver. He wants to keep his wife and child in some sort of a style. He's got a mortgage and so forth, and he achieves that by going there, so that's all good. Now there's a fella who makes a series of YouTube videos, not dissimilar to this one, in that he sits in a vehicle and tries to get his message across. There the similarity ends, really. I mean, at the moment I'm parked up because it's dark out, so it wouldn't be viable to do this while I was moving. I've got to have the interior lights on, and as far as I'm aware it's illegal to do that. Anyway, I don't want to do it, so that's it. That's all you need to know. So this guy, he doesn't talk so much, he rants and shouts. He's a taxi driver, I believe, and he's always parked up when he's doing these things. Now, possibly he can't afford to put any fuel in his vehicle, because I was a cab driver for a lot of years, and it's sort of a prerequisite of being in that line of business that you have people in the vehicle with you a lot of the time, or else you're not going to earn any dough. That's how taxi driving works. It's all about the passengers. Also, as a side issue, he wears sunglasses when it's not particularly bright. Proper black sunglasses, not just tinted. There's an old saying that the eyes are the window to the soul. Well, I'm not about to be convinced by anybody whose eyes I can't see. I'm going to doubt his sincerity and his commitment on that basis, but that's just a personal taste. Anyway, somebody directed me to one of this guy's videos. He's got loads of them last night, and the one that he did, I don't know when he did it, the one that I saw last night, I saw about 90 seconds of it, and then I'd had enough, quite frankly, because I find the man a vexation to the spirit, because of his hectoring style and shouting and bawling and carrying on quite alarmingly. But anyway, the gist of it was he came up with two sets of figures. One for the amount of people that enter the United Kingdom and one for the amount that leave. I'm not about to challenge his figures. I can't remember what they were, and I don't care particularly. He extrapolated from subtracting one of these figures from the other that immigration was automatically a good thing. That's pretty much what he said. Because some people leave, it doesn't matter that some people come, and it doesn't matter that there's more come than go. Immigration's great. Live with it, suck it up. Like I said, I'm not going to challenge his figures, and I've heard far more intelligent and reasoned and well-mannered people than him put this argument up before. Well, it isn't an argument, it's an observation, and it's undoubtedly true. Some people do leave the country for various reasons. One of them is the reason we're out this early is because we just dropped one of those people at the airport. Now, my problem with that is he doesn't want to be there. He'd rather be home with his wife and family, but it's not possible for him to earn enough money without his wages being topped up in some way by the benefit system. Therefore rendering him another statistic and making him beholden to the state, and he doesn't like being beholden to people. So there are a lot of people like him. Nobody, least of all a shouty pretend taxi driver, is going to ever convince me that part, not all, but part of the reason why he and people like him have to seek work thousands of miles from home is not down to immigration. It just is. There are too many people here and not enough jobs. If that wasn't the case, then we wouldn't have approaching 3 million people unemployed. Probably more than 3 million if you know, count the people who are on these 0-hour contracts and so forth. If you count those as unemployed, which effectively they are, then don't tell me, Mr. Shouty, Bally, sunglasses in the dark man, that immigration is a good thing based on that fatuous argument that you've put forward in your most recent video. It's a crock of shit to even suggest that. Anyway, Marley, I think we'll get by at Christmas without that young man. We'll have our family Christmas. It'll be less fun than it would be if he was here, but needs must. The man's got to get a living. We're going to head into McDonald's. I'm going to get a bit of breakfast. We're going to have another hour's kip, I think, son. Too dark for you to be out and about anyway. You'll get lost and you haven't got your bright jacket on, so we'll nip out again later. And then I'm going to do another one of these a bit later. I've got a message for a lady called Harriet Smith, who's been, well, if the shoe was on the other foot, it would be called cyberbullying, I suppose, but more on that later anyway. In the meantime, have a nice day, vote UKIP.